Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Anne Manera. Welcome to today's live color along, Monday, January 20th, Martin Luther King Day, a holiday. So hopefully, well, kind of a weird holiday, right? So hopefully many people will be watching this morning. Paisley says hello in the background. She's being kind of grumbly today. So today's color along is going to be all about our friend Andy Warhol, who is a 20th century artist. And we're going to color in the style of Andy Warhol and kind of talk about him. And talk about what he's all about, and just a little bit about Andy Warhol and the different styles, the style of art that he worked in. So let's get this out of the way. We're still working on Color Along Volume 13, and the page we're using this morning is the page here with the 6 angels, which is from my coloring book, Itsy Bitsy. So before we get started, a little early signing on this morning, I had a little bit of some tech issues. What's new, right? Technology. Good morning, Jean Mellinger. How's it going, my friend? Sharon's here with us this morning. Good morning to Cheryl and Chris and Pam and Lynn and Carrie from across the pond. Who else is here with us this morning? Pat Christie, Mary Hannah. Not sure if I missed you. Good morning to all of you. Be sure to also click on follow my Facebook page so you'll always know when I'm live. Good morning, Alice and Barb. Barb, how's the weather where you are? Did you guys see the snowstorm that happened in, Barb doesn't live in Newfoundland, but it's just kind of, it brought it to mind that huge snowstorm that happened in Newfoundland where it was like 24 hours of like feet and feet and feet and feet of snow. Thought that was pretty, I know there's that word again, right? That S word that we don't like. We had snow in my area, what was that? Saturday night into Sunday? Wasn't that big of a deal, though. Hello, Heather Berger. Haven't seen you in a while, Heather. I was just thinking of you yesterday and thinking that I hadn't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Julie and Mamie have joined us this morning. So let's talk about while everyone is kind of gathering and getting themselves situated. I want to talk about the products that I'm using this morning. And I don't promote these products for any type of monetary gain whatsoever. I just use them because I like them. So, the Itsy Bitsy page we're working on today, or this page from Color Along Volume 13, it's all about Andy Warhol, and we are going to focus on Andy Warhol did a lot of things where it was multiple. And there's a link in the comments here about how you can learn more about Andy Warhol at the Andy Warhol website. But Andy Warhol worked with, he's most famous for his soup can, his Campbell soup can paintings, where he would take multiple cans of soup and just paint them like in a row like this. So maybe 6, or maybe he did paintings of Marilyn Monroe, but he had a lot of multiples. So what we're going to do this morning is we are going to color each of these angels in a variety of different mediums. We could also take this another step where we could focus on Andy Warhol as a pop artist. And pop art is all about using some bright, bold colors, mostly primary colors. But we've got a pop art color along coming up over in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to save the color part of it until then. But today I'm using a variety of different products. I've got some Crayola crayons with me. And I also have these cool pencils. They're called woodless colored pencils. There's a couple of different brands, or a few different brands of woodless colored pencils, but this one in particular is Ashley Nicole Art's woodless colored pencils, and they're kind of cool because they come in this little tube, and there's 36 pencils. A woodless colored pencil, if you've never used it before, has no wood around it. Instead, it's just pure lead, and then it's painted on the outside of it. I love them because the pigment is really, really rich. So that's why I really love a woodless colored pencil. They're not very grainy. So if you're looking for something that does not have grain, as opposed to Prismacolor, which I think are very grainy, but these are this is a 12-pack of Prismacolor Premier. Prismacolor comes in many different sets and names. A lot of different products do. And this is the landscape set, and it has a 12 count, and it's just based on the colors that makes it that landscape set. So it's just the color family that is in here, the color palette that's here. So I've got Prismacolor pencils with me also. These are a bit grainier than the woodless. The other product that I have with me this morning is watercolor brush pens. And these are by a company called New Tech Innovations. And this is a 24-pack, I believe. Is it 24? We don't want to, I don't want to count, oh, 20, I'm sorry. God forbid I count them, right? Hello, Trish and Diana. So these are brush pens, and let's take a moment to take a look at this brush pen situation. So let's pull out this this pink one here. A brush pen, if you've never used a brush pen, is a marker, and there's two different forms. Some of them are like this one, where the tip of the marker, and I don't know if I can get it really kind of like, if you can kind of see that what's happening there, is the tip of the actual marker looks like a brush, looks like a paintbrush. So if you are someone that is really comfortable with working with a paintbrush in your hand, then this is a really good choice for you for a marker. Good morning, Dawn. So brush markers come either in the real, so this says real brush pen, and what that means is that the tip looks like a paintbrush, where you can actually kind of pull it apart and you see the hairs, as opposed to some other markers where the tip is more of just like a regular marker and it is not separated by those little hairs, but instead it's just like a solid piece of like a typical marker, but it's in the shape of that brush. So that's the difference with that. I like both. I don't really have a preference for either one. I'm really comfortable with working with a paintbrush, so I like brush pens for that, in that sense, but you can use them just like you're painting, or you can use them to color with. So let's jump right in with this pink, since it's already kind of in my hand, and we'll color this this angel's dress pink. So what you can do is, because if you use them like they're actually a brush, a paintbrush, see how it's actually getting the texture, or I can actually kind of paint with it like I'm painting with a solid color and fill it in. But you just need to be mindful of the fact that it is actually moving around just like a paintbrush. So it's wiggling. And you do kind of get a little bit of the pooling where the lines, you'll see different lines. And really the only time that is going to not happen is if you're using an alcohol-based marker. Or the other thing you can do is, if that is happening to you and you're getting those lines, then what you might want to do is not press as hard. So if I was to press really hard with this, the ink will just kind of like spill onto it. It's kind of like a pooling situation going on. But I can use this as just like a paintbrush and just kind of fill in what's there. The colors also mix well. It's like using watercolors, and you can kind of see on the package how they have this little example where you can actually kind of make it look like watercolors, depending on how much pressure you actually apply to what you're using, to the paper. Trisha's got some comment, Guten Tag, everyone. Am I supposed to know what that means? Is that a typo? Must be a typo. Scarlett says hello. I don't know what she's doing back there, but she's barking about something. Come here, Scarlett. Come here. So, I think Scarlett might need help with something. I've got to help her. So that's what this, and it's kind of wet. I don't know if you can see how the page is kind of wrinkling a little bit. So I'm just going to let that sit for a minute while I help Scarlett with her pencil. Help her with her pencil. Hey, Colleen. Let me just get lend Scarlett a hand. What's happening, Scarlett? Hold on. Oh, German for good morning. I knew that. Hey, I knew that, Trish. Trying to keep me on my toes today. I don't know. See if I can be on my toes. Are you on your toes today? Chris is on her toes. Can't get anything past Chris, right? So this is my Prismacolor one, and it's called Goldenrod. And I'm just going to light is like blinding me. Oh, blinded by the light. My lighting is always an issue. One day I'll be in some like high-tech studio, you know. I'll have like an in-person studio audience, right? Lynn will be sitting next to me. We'll be cracking up laughing. Lynn always makes me laugh. Hey, Marianne, what's going on, my friend? Carol's here with us this morning. Good morning, Carol. So we've got just this kind of goldenrod color. And then what I'm going to do is I can actually go back over this color. I didn't want it to be so green. I mean, so like brownish. I'm going to go over this with this bluish color. And sometimes we talk about a colorless blender, and this could actually be a colorless blender. I want it to be more of a gold look, but I don't know if it's doing it. Bitsy Bitsy book is cool, isn't it? Hello, Mr. Marvin. Who else is here with us this morning? 26 people watching. Colleen Boyle says, good morning, Anne Manera. Good morning, Colleen Boyle. I'm so excited for Draw Along on Wednesday. I am always looking forward to color alongs with you each week. Well, thank you very much. Yes, Draw Alongs are happening on Wednesday. This Wednesday, we're drawing with charcoal, right? Yes, charcoal. So now I think I'm going to give her some blonde hair. Hey, Alexandria. Lynn says, I'm laughing now. Blinded by the light is now stuck in my head. Well, I could sing it, but then I'd have to, like, pay copyright fees, right? I've been watching that Netflix series, AJ and the Queen. You got it. Is anyone watching that? Let me tell you. I've been cracking up. And the songs that are in that show, a lot of disco and, you know, throwback songs. And talk about songs getting stuck in your head. A lot of them. There's just a lot of songs getting stuck in my head. I still can't stop hearing you say nailed it. Hey, Alexandria, if you're watching, you got to do me a favor, my friend. Can you keep an eye for me on the number of people that are watching? Because you know that I hate looking at that number. Or maybe Lynn, can you guys kind of keep an eye on that? Because I just saw 30. Is that true? There's really 30 people watching right now? I gotta not look at that number, right? Okay, go back to serious business, coloring. So there's kind of my first one. My second one, let's still use this one right here. Now, these woodless color pencils are cool because you can blend them. So let's do some cool blending and shadings. I'm gonna start out with AJ and the Queen, Chris. So good. It's really good. I'm going to start out with a heavier pressure at the bottom. And as I work my way up to the top of her dress, I will give it a lighter pressure. So it's like you see like a couple of imaginary lines, maybe one here and one there. And as I work up, I'm going to ease up on my pressure to the point where I get to the top is going to be a little bit lighter. Typical blend and shade, right? We all kind of know about this. So here I am kind of easing up a little bit, not pressing so hard, pressing even lighter. And I want to kind of, I don't want to see the transition. I want it to kind of be an invisible transition. But what I could do now is there's a lot of good blues in this set, actually. Let's see if I can find. Actually, let me show you what happens when you mix it with white, because this is like creamy. So here's white, and I'm going to just kind of add it on top of this blue. Look at how different the color is getting when I do that. It's just very, 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 very creamy. Oh, now you guys are telling me the number. For most of you that have watched my color alongs for all this time and followed me for all as long as you've followed me, I hate looking at that number. One day, were you with me one night? How about the night that it hit like 40 or something? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't really go past another number because I don't want to embrace the number that it's going to go past. Well, there's a deep philosophical thing, right? Hey, Lindsay Simmons. Lynn says, I watched all of Grace and Frankie this weekend. Lots of sitting. All right, I'm going to say something about Grace and Frankie, and I'm going to get a lot of haters in the group here, but they kind of annoy me. Do they annoy anybody else? Because I really cannot be the only one. Julie, they're not annoying to you? I don't know what it is about them. I feel like Grace just needs to act her age. Is something wrong with me that I'm annoyed by them? Come on, there's got to be some opinions about this. Everyone's probably saying, how dare you? Quick tip about woodless pencils. Do not drop them because they will break. Am I losing people now because I said that about Grace? I think she needs to act her age. They kind of bug me. I don't know what it is. But I have been watching it just because I like to just subject myself to things that annoy me. Does anybody else do that? Like, why am I watching it? Maybe they're supposed to bug you? I don't know. I can only watch TV for like an hour at a time. After that, I lose interest. It's like you got to get up and kind of like, I don't know, stretch. Do you think they're funny, Julie? Yeah, I don't know. I think that maybe Netflix needs to, like, you know, sponsor one of my color ones. Wouldn't that be funny? Could give away like a free Netflix, a Netflix subscription for a year. Wouldn't that be funny? That would be kind of cool, actually. This season is about aging issues. Okay, interesting. I've only watched one episode so far. I'll give it a try. I won't give them a hard time. I'll cut them some slack. Those, I don't know. I guess my opinion really doesn't matter, right, Len? Because it really is a good show and it's very popular. People love it. I gave this woman some brown here. And I'm going to give her a light complexion here into her neck. And then I'm going to go with kind of a red collar here. And then let's go with crayons for the third woman. Colleen Boyle is saying, hey, Melody Jones. Colleen's saying, I have a question for you about this coming week. Okay, let me see. If I have charcoal pencil, I don't know how to use it. May I use a regular pencil and then use the charcoal pencil on top of it? I am also in need of some tips for my coloring pages and what tools I can use. You know, first of all, let me address the question about your coloring pages and what tools you can use. You should ask that question in the coloring group, in my coloring group, in the Just Color coloring group. And what will happen is not only will I answer it, but other people will answer it too. And I think you'll find a lot of different answers that will be very, very, very helpful. So I hope that helps. The other question I'm going to answer here is, if I have a charcoal pencil and I don't know how to use it, may I use a regular pencil and then use the charcoal pencil on top of it? Let me say this. Charcoal and pencil resist one another. So if you are going to use pencil first and then go over it with charcoal, it's like using oil and water. They're just going to kind of like resist one another. So what I would do is either do one in pencil maybe, and then do another one in charcoal, because there's 2 copies in that book. Or go very, very, very light with the charcoal. But you know what? Don't be afraid, because it's going to be step by step. It's going to be very easy. We'll do some warm-up exercises to kind of get used to the charcoal. So don't overthink it. I think if you overthink art, it gets kind of funky. Lynn is saying that she thinks that this was part of her dress and not her neck. I guess I'll make this one her dress. And then I'm going to add this pinkish color, which is, well, oh no, that's red. I don't want that. This pink color here, which is called Carnation Pink, on top of it. And what that's doing is it's kind of filling in where all those little white spots are. Alice says, you did better than me. I only got halfway through one episode. You didn't like it either? I don't know. I'm trying. AJ and the Queen is really funny. That's kind of cracking me up. I don't know. It's kind of hard to find stuff to watch, isn't it? I don't know what else to watch. There was a Masterpiece Classic new show, I think, last night. Sanderson or something was called. Anybody catch that? I don't know if Carol Blaze is here or not. Mary Hannah is making a cool comment. Being old and cool is in now. Not your grandma's old anymore. No, you are so right. Exactly. I know. I remember when I was a kid and my grandmother was like 60. I feel like she was always like old, right? Melody, please be careful while you're driving. So there's my pink on top of that. And then I think I'm going to go with some light green wings. Why not? This is yellow green, which is the color. So what is everybody doing on this Martin Luther King Day? A lot of people don't have school, right? So kids are home. There's my light green. And I think I'll give her a tan color, a darker complexion face. This is just brown. Because not all faces have to be flesh, right? Here's a darker complexion. And then I'm going to give her gray hair. Gray's an in thing too, right? Gray hair is cool. I'm going to mix it with white. I'm going to do some black hair. And then I will add white on top of it to make it gray. Gray is the new funky thing, to have completely gray hair, right? People are dyeing their hair gray. They're not coloring their hair and they're leaving it gray. They're letting their hair grow out so it is now gray. What do you think about that? My father's mother was old and cool. She was a spitfire that did and said what she wanted. I think when I'm old, I'm going to just like do whatever I say and want. You know? I feel like that now. Sometimes I feel like things happen and I just feel like saying, like just telling someone off. But I don't. I wouldn't do that. But maybe one day I will. While I'm sitting there in my funky tie-dye clothes and, you know. I just wish that I kind of, don't you wish that you knew what you know now when you were like 20? I wonder if life would be the same if you did. If you were like that wise old soul and you knew back then. Look how cool she looks with gray hair. I love it. Kind of a silver look to it. Let's do my next angel in today's laundry day. Yeah, laundry day was yesterday for me. Laundry is a never-ending battle, I gotta say. I feel like every day is laundry day. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just wash things, I just am too, this is like an orange color. Maybe I just wash too much stuff, I don't know. Plus my washer is one of those like, one of those washers without the agitator inside it. And let me tell you, it takes forever. Here's this, now this one I'm going to leave this texture that's here. So see how that kind of has that little bit of, you can kind of see the brush strokes, I guess, if you will. And as I get closer to the bottom, I'm going to kind of leave, I don't want it to completely hit the bottom. So look how cool her dress looks like that. She's a funky angel. She must be the 8-year-old angel that dresses like she, wants to be like, I don't know, 20. Thank you, Marianne. Marianne says, I like the colors you're using. Thank you very much. Lynn says, not me. My hairdresser agrees I need to remain a brunette. Really? Chris says, I've been told that I lost my filter. I think that maybe I need to lose my filter, Chris. It's like, who was I was talking to somebody one day and they said, I don't know what the heck they said, and they said they didn't like something. I don't even remember what it was. And I just looked at them and said, don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel. Let's go. Lay down, my friend. Dawn says, when we would go shopping, she would change the price tags on the items. Dawn's talking about her grandmother. And she did not like the price. She lived with this, so she basically helped raise me, so I was her favorite grandchild. That's funny, actually. I know, I don't really even care. I don't even care either, Chris. Mary says there's noisy gray hair and then shining white hair. I prefer the latter. I do too. I prefer the white. I don't know, though. It's just, a lot of people are afraid to just kind of, you know, just kind of completely go gray. Oh, mostly gray. Yeah. Hey, Carol, have a great day. It was nice of you to, I'm glad that you joined us. We'll see you next week at camp for sure if we don't see you before that. So this is just kind of brown, and I'm going to do the same thing. So a brush marker is really cool to just kind of, for hair especially. So there's that section right there. Hey, big shout out to all of you that are keeping up with the daily coloring, daily items to color for the month of January. I'm not keeping up. I can't keep up, Marianne. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I just cannot get myself together and keep up with it. I'm going to color my wings lavender, and I'll do that by mixing this purple color with some white. I think that these woodless colored pencils mix really, really well. Does anybody have these Ashley Nicole pencils? This company that owns these Ashley Nicole pencils is owned by just a family business. The gentleman who owns them actually is a pastor of a church in Florida, I think. And I don't know if he's still kind of active in the groups or not, but he was a while back. I'm going to add some white on top of it to make it look like a very light lavender. And then let's give this one, this is my Prismacolor Light Umber. And I'm going to kind of do a little bit of shading here. And then I'm going to take this color here, which is called Chestnut, and kind of do a little bit more in that corner. Go on to this one also. This is a pretty color, this green color. It is called Sac Green. Alice says, I asked my hairdresser about coloring my hair gray because I have gray. She said, no, it would make me look old. Really? I know a lot of people really want to. Lynn says, I just finished 2 of your coloring books this weekend. We'll scan and post. Oh my goodness, which ones did you do? Dawn says, my mother's mother was also a hoot. She loved watching wrestling and thought it was real. She also lived this for quite a few years. I'm going to just kind of do what I did here with this green. So I'm going to start here at the top in a darker pressure, a heavier pressure. And then make my way down. I know, Lynn is a coloring machine, Julie. You didn't know that? I'm working on a new book. I don't know what the name is, but did you guys see the pages I've been posting for it? So I've been working on that. I'm going to use some darker green Prismacolor called Olive Green and go back over this. Cheryl says, I have them, but I dropped a couple and they broke. You're right. They don't drop them. Yeah, Cheryl, you're actually absolutely right. Even the Koh-i-Noor ones, don't drop them. You can kind of hear as I've been kind of like, listen, aren't they? They're just like glass. And then this one, I think that she should have gray hair again. Let's do another gray hair. A gray-haired woman. This set of woodless has a lot of grays. So I'm gonna go with this silvery type gray, which is actually called silver, appropriately named. What am I doing? That's the wing. Oh my Nobody look at that. Don't look at the mistake. And then I'll accent it a little bit with some darker gray. These are cute when you can cut them up and have. This book has Itsy Bitsy has a lot of pages that are all small, and Marianne is probably the biggest, the best example of what to do with these pages. And I'm gonna color the wings gray, and I'm gonna go over them with white. Marianne has made a, Marianne, I'm going to put you on the spot here, but you've taken some of the pages and you've cut them up and made a matching game for your grandchildren, which I think is so cool. So Itsy Bitsy has a variety of pages in the book that are from many of my other books, but they're Itsy Bitsy, they're smaller. So these pages right here, these angels are from my book called Peaceful Little Angels, but I kind of like them small because you can do a lot of different things with them. You can cut them out, you can give them to a friend, that type of thing. Cheryl's, Lynn says, Dirty Mandalas in 3D in square chains. Oh my goodness, really? I have never seen square chains colored before. Dawn says, I'm working on drawings of animals look out a window. Oh, very cool. The one, yeah, I think you showed me that, right? That's going to be a cool book. Okay, let me add a little bit of, she needs a little bit of pink, don't you think? A little bit of pink trim. And then I guess I'll do this one in pink too. I'm going to kind of do, I'm going to go from left to right with my shading. Thank you, Marianne. Marianne just posted 2 pictures from Itsy Bitsy. I think it's a fun book. I'll have to flip through it if I don't know if I have a copy of it. I think I might have sold it when we did, I don't know. I think I might have sold it when I did, a Secret Santa, maybe. I have some new books coming in today, though. They're going to be delivered today. Big Variety, Coloring Book Volume 2, some Valentine Heart Mandalas, Valentine Mandalas. I think Chase the Sun is being delivered today. So as soon as I get those books delivered, I will flip through them. And I'll post a video of me flipping through them. This one is a really cool color. This one is called Lavender. But I'm going to tell you, look at this. Look at how pretty it is. It does not look like lavender to me, but I really love it. Anne Manera, can we use a... Colleen's asking this question. Can we use a white colored pencils if we accidentally screw up the picture? You mean to go over it? You could give it a try. I don't know if it'll work. But the white colored pencil will probably change it, but it won't like act like white out though. And Colleen, I did see your message, but I can't read it while I'm doing the live video. I need to read it when I'm done, if that's okay. Okay. So let's give this girl some brown here. This one is called Light Umber. I guess she could have this color here. I'm not sure. And as far as her skin tone, I'm going to kind of do like this goldenrod color and see what happens. And then I'm going to go over it with some white. There we go. I'm going to do a lavender trim. And I kind of like those green wings, but we have not introduced my friend Orange yet, so let's go with some orange wings. So we've got coloring camp that starts next Sunday, and let me tell you, most exciting, well, there's a lot of exciting giveaways, but one of the giveaways that's happening is Sperra Farben colored pencils, brand spanking new 96 pack of pencils. Have you guys seen those on Amazon yet? I think they're like $54.99. They just came out this weekend, and those will be one of the things that are given away on February 1st. That's the giveaway. So when you sign up for coloring camp, you are eligible to win something every day of camp. You can only win once, but you can win something every day of camp. And just going to kind of like accent a couple of things here with some black. You're going to be able to win, let's see what are the things that are being given away. Schwerfarben pencils, Black Widow colored pencils, Nola Hensel is giving away bookmarks, Deborah Muller is giving away a PDF of her new book called Animals in Love. I'm giving away a PDF of Chase the Sun. What are the other ones? Melody Jones has created a journal, a handmade journal. She'll be giving away a journal on one of the days. Our friend Mary Whitworth, our paparazzi rep, is giving away jewelry, paparazzi jewelry. So that's a lot of stuff. You know, it's probably worth, let's see, Black Widow pencils, it's the 2 sets of skin tone. So there's like $30 right there. Add in another $55. There's like $85 worth of stuff right there. Paparazzi's probably worth at least $20. I would say there's probably $150 worth of products that are being given away throughout the course of the week. I'm just going to kind of go inside the corners here just to kind of accent, add some black to it to kind of make it stand out a little bit. So those are cool giveaways. So if you have signed up for camp already, then watch your email this week, and there'll be an email coming out that'll just kind of outline and just kind of summarize what to expect from coloring camp. We begin promptly at 10 a.m. every morning. The giveaways, the giveaways happen during the live video, but you don't have to be present. You don't have to be live during the video in order to win something. So that's a cool part of it. Thank you, Julie. I'm adding just a little bit of black to kind of the edges. Oh, I forgot her trim. I'll give it black. And then I could kind of go like this. Give them all kind of a different face. This one looks surprised. This one looks like, there you go. Sometimes I leave them faceless. Sometimes I add a little bit of a face to them. Just kind of how, I guess, like the mood you're in at the time. So that's today's finished page from Itsy Bitsy from Color Along Volume 13. The next Color Along is not next Monday, but 2 weeks from today, because there is no Color Along happening on the 27th because of coloring camp. But the next one we're working on is, in fact, another one. It's a pop art one, and it's this one from A Pumpkin's View. Aren't they great, Lynn? Great prizes on coloring camp. So they're kind of, those are the companies and the people that are sponsoring, and the artists that are sponsoring coloring camp. There's always cool giveaways. I was so on the fence. Sometimes I give a painting. The other thing that happens too is that sometimes in the middle of the week, I do like a surprise giveaway of something from me, like a painting or a book, or I don't know. So maybe that'll come up too. Well, maybe we'll do a surprise giveaway also. So you never know what will happen, but those are wonderful prizes, and it's only for people that are part of coloring camp. So this is the next one that's happening in 2 weeks. The other thing that's happening this week is we've got draw-alongs that continue. We're going to be doing our 3rd draw-along this Wednesday. And if you have been following draw-alongs, and I know so many people are following draw-alongs, and they are doing such a great job. But this is the one we did the very first week. Here's the one we did the second week, which is a Finish It mandala. This Wednesday, we're working on a still life with charcoal. You can use either charcoal pencil. Hey, you can use a crayon. I mean, if you really don't have charcoal and you really want to jump in, this one is all about blending and shading and creating that shadow that's right here and creating that gradation of just the same color. So this is still life with charcoal on January 22nd. And then this one has been postponed until April 1st. No joke. Seriously. Postponed until April 1st because of coloring camp. This one will resume the week after coloring camp, which is February 5th. And it is Simple Flowers. The February calendar has been posted on my Facebook page and is available on my website under events. Still Life with Contour Drawing Pencil will happen on February 12th. We'll go back to another Finish It mandala on February 19th. And on February 26th, we will move on to a still life with charcoal again. And then we'll continue on with the rest of the book as we move along all the way until March 25th. So this happens on, this goes up until March 25th. The color along schedule, where was that paper I had? Where the color alongs goes all the way until March 23rd, I believe, is the last color along. And then color along volume 14 will most likely start, I believe, the beginning of April. So we'll have like a couple of weeks where we won't have live color alongs to get everyone a chance to kind of get themselves situated, maybe catch up on this book, get themselves volume 14. So I'll be working on the schedule for volume 14 over the next week or so and getting that up and ready because we're almost done with this book. We already finished, here we finished this one, and we really only have 8 more color alongs from this book. So we're moving along. Volume 13. Can you believe 13 volumes of color along books? Honestly, I cannot. I remember the very first one that I ever did, and I remember doing them. I used to do color alongs at the time, at the wee hour of the morning. I used to do them like at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why I did them at that time, but I did. And there would really hardly anybody watching. It was like 2 people maybe. So for those of you that have followed my color along since the beginning, unbelievable. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Okay. Any questions about color alongs, coloring camp, drawer alongs, new books? Want to see some pages from a new book? I can show you that. I have a new book that I'm working on. I don't have a name for it yet, but if anyone is interested in seeing some of those pages in the works, I can certainly show them. I have to refresh my page. Dawn wants to see. All right, let me get my sketchbook and I can show you the pages. So I've been buying these crazy sketchbooks at Dollar General, and I've talked about these sketchbooks before, I think, but they're $3. I mean, I really love the smoothness of the paper. If you have a Dollar General near you, give these a try if you're looking for a sketchbook. It's got 55 sheets in it, and the 9x12, this is the name of it, Art Skills. I don't know if they have them on Amazon. I guess I should look. But this is the sketchbooks that I've been using to draw with. I like the smoothness of the paper. I like how the pages, I like how it's easy to draw on the actual paper versus, because sometimes it kind of eats away at my, my pen. So this is what I'm working on. I'm working on this book. I don't have a name. Get all this stuff out of my way here. I feel like I'm on a cooking show. I don't have a name for this book yet, but here are the pages so far. I've got these ones with cactus. They're kind of in the style of Mushroom Mania and Sloth Mania, but here it's going to have another mushroom page in it. This is for you, Lynn. Shouldn't everything be $1? At Dollar General? No, Dollar General is not $1. Dollar General, like Dollar Tree is $1, but Dollar General, everything is all different prices. I don't know how much more, but it's like Family Dollar, kind of those type of prices. I still say $3 is really good for this. I saw one similar to this at Walgreens, I think, but it was I think it was like $9. Chris says I could live at Dollar Tree. I know, I go to Dollar Tree at least once a week. I love Dollar Tree. They have really good art supplies. They have good canvases. I buy there all the time. They just have some interesting stuff, right? So here's the birdhouses. That's part of it. This one is meant so that you can kind of see the stems through the glass with the tulips. Here's another one of a mushroom one. Lynn's laughing. Another one for Lynn. Wishing well with some birdhouses and butterflies. There's a couple of pages that I'm kind of like, I'm not sure if they're going to make the cut. I'm not sure if they're going to make it into the book. Not sure about this one. I'm not sure about the watering can, but I guess it's okay. Wasn't sure about this one at all, but a lot of people have commented on it, and I think I'm going to kind of leave it. I think I might need to kind of finish up something in the background here. Oh, that's the end. I've actually had to move on to a second book for this. Let's see where they are. All right, this one. This will remain simple. Simple. Thank you, Marianne. Simple. I'm gonna leave some of them that will leave more to the imagination, and maybe you could add some things to it so that they're not so busy. But I kind of like the birdhouse ones too. And some of them, maybe there's some butterflies here that did not make it. If they're not inked, I said no. But another one that's kind of simple, like the first one. Here's one that is not so simple with all of these crazy flowers and a bird bath. Wanted to kind of take it a step further. Another one that has kind of different style butterflies, just some birds kind of sitting there thinking about, do I fit into the whole of that house? I'm not quite sure. So maybe they can kind of tell a story. This one really kind of threw me at first, and I wasn't sure what else I should add. But it's actually become one of my favorite pages, and I almost am considering this as the cover because of the person just standing there looking into the distance with the dog. So I would call it Home and Garden Book. That's a good one. You know, you have to be literal with the title. I mean, I've had some funky names, but when you have a name of a book, it needs to be more of like an actual name, you know, like if you call it like some funky name, like my color by number book, Serene or Tranquil, like what does that really mean? Are you really going to look for that? So I really need to kind of consider what the title should be. Sharon says, I'm liking this book because it is not all one theme and there's more of a variety to it. Well, thank you. I'm trying to make it a little more of a variety, but I guess my theme is kind of outdoors. This one is what I'm working on right now. So it kind of, this is how the page starts, kind of as my scribble with pencil. Hey, Sarah, kind of my scribble with pencil, and then I go back over it with ink. But what ends up happening is it doesn't really work out too well, which is why you see an X right there, because this one is probably not going to make it. I just don't really like it. This one I'm kind of playing around with these teepees, which are similar to one of the camp books that had a teepee on the cover, so we're kind of playing around with that one. That's it. These are kind of my scribbles, kind of considered windmills, maybe not sure. This one, not really sure. Another X. Do I have any more? No. I think I have maybe 6 more pages left to draw for this book. And outdoor whimsy, maybe. That would be cool. Outdoor whimsy, or get outside, or I thought of sunny days. But Marianne is saying, so tired of winter scenes, this is a refreshing change. Yeah, I'm looking forward to spring. How about you guys? I'm looking forward to when it's not freezing outside. Sarah says, can I see the picture you colored? Sure. This is the picture I colored. The angels. So, today's Color Along, all about Andy Warhol. You can watch the replay. And I will see everyone on Wednesday morning for the Draw Along. Again, Draw Alongs are free to watch. If you're interested in drawing along with me, then you can purchase the Draw Along book on Amazon, or you can get the PDF on my website. So, hopefully everyone will have a great day today. Get outside. Get some fresh air. Eat something good, right? Do all good things. Hey, I'll see everyone soon. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks so much.